Hey guys, welcome back to the His and Hers the Truth podcast.
Yes.
My name is Tuan. This is my feminine wife.
Sim, great seeing everyone again. And I've noticed that our
View
subscribe
counts,
view
yeah.
counts has gone up. But you know what? I still see a lot of shadow watching out there because you guys just need to press that like button and share and subscribe. And that's how, if you believe in what we're talking about, our Asian brothers and sisters, please share, please subscribe. That's the only way we can get you more content. Okay?
Yeah, 100%, guys. Well, I've noticed that you guys are starting to appreciate our Asian type of content. Hopefully, that's going to help my Asian brothers out there get better results. Hopefully, it'll wake up, right? Get RP aware for an Asian brother that's thinking of, just depression and figuring out why he's not getting the results that he wants. And then, of course, our Asian sisters as well, to realize that this is what men want, and hopefully that way you guys can kind of come to a better understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
But guys, yeah, like let's smash that like button, turn on the notification,
Ding.
right? Love all the comments as well recently as well too. So please, continue to comment after watching the video, right?
Yes.
So watch this video first and then comment. Another reminder to you guys, on the 25th, this Sunday, right? We have our live, right, honey, at
Yes.
5:30 Pacific. So somewhere between 5:30 to 6 o'clock, we shall begin. And guys, we got a new guest on the show this
So
time.
tune in.
So
It's going to
tune
be
in.
exciting.
It's going to be good because I'm going to touch on a lot of the different topics, and hopefully we can kind of obviously spread this awareness out there.
True.
Okay, guys, today's video that my wife and I are going to be reacting to is a TikTok actually short. We've been doing a lot of TikToks recently just because I've noticed that it's got a pretty cool short format that we can react to, honey. But this one in particular, it's by the Fung Brothers.
Okay.
So they've been doing a lot of Asian style content. I wouldn't say that they're RP aware. I wouldn't say that they're a manosphere type of channel, but they are kind of pointing out some of these Asian double standards, Asian stereotypes, that type of stuff, Asian cultural things. And so, guys, go subscribe to the channel. Go help push them out there as well, too. Go support our Asian brothers, right? The title of this video is Attractive Asian Guys Are Evil Now.
Ooh,
So the title of this video kind of attracted me as well. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's begin. Let's start from the beginning then.
Asian girlies get so much for going for white men. However, we are failing to consider that attractive Asian men are evil. They're evil.
Good-looking Asian guys are freaking evil.
The hot Asian guys are evil, but the 6 out of 10 Asian guys have like great hearts and they're great people and hardworking, but I'll never touch them. I'll never touch them.
Listen, guys, I just think TikTok, it's like...
Okay, so before we get the other Fung brother to react, I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember these guys' names, but what do you think about that first part, honey, where she said that, in essence, Asian women get so much crap from Asian men, right? For dating white guys in particular, out of their race, but particularly white guys. But then she says that Asian guys, but specifically good-looking, hot, in essence, the high-value Asian guys are evil. What do you think she was trying to say there, or what do you think your thoughts are?
Well, is it evil because those men are high value and good looking and have a little bit of, their standards or traits that they're looking in a woman and they're not choosing you? Is that considered evil? I mean, what is she referring to as evil? Like, what did they do to these Asian women to make it seem like it's evil? So we probably just have to get more info on what she's referring to.
No, this is the same argument that the modern woman argues or complains or rant about all the time, guys. And this is why this channel, this content, I'm hoping my Asian brothers become RP aware, but of course our content aware, honey, is because modern women want to complain about this all the time, right? They know that they want the best man possible, hypergamous nature, right? But when they go do it, with a white person, of course, the salty Asian guys, right? The Asian brothers out there that aren't RP aware and who haven't become a high value man, they're the ones that's gonna diss on these Asian girls, right? But just like the feminist women that aren't qualified, right? Because these are low value Asian women in essence that aren't qualified for the top tier Asian dudes, because the top tier Asian dudes have options.
Yeah.
Just like any high value man from any ethnicity have options, right? So these girls want the top tier Asian men. They would prefer that, right? Just like anyone would prefer a high value man versus a low value man or average man of any ethnicity. They complain about it because they can't attract these men.
Yeah, but
right?
doesn't make them evil.
but that's how they shame them,
Oh,
right?
well.
That's why you hear these terms all the time in the feminist modern argument, right? These guys are toxic. These guys are misogynist. They're controlling, right? How many times you hear that? It's, they don't want me to dress a certain way. They don't want me to go out, right? Yeah, because these high value men have options. And if you're going to be their girl, their woman, right? If they're going to commit to you, they're going to want these high standards upon you, right?
Yep.
And so these women, I hate to say it, guys, but these women are like the black women that complain about high value black men, right?
Yeah.
Right? They have to go, unfortunately, their only options are low value men. It doesn't matter if they're white, black, or whatever. The ethnicity does come into a play a little bit, but the key really, guys, is it's the truth. Women want high value men, and women too. Typically, people in general, I
Yeah.
stated this on another video, people in general want to date or marry within their own ethnicity. That would be ideal, right? Just like black women want black husbands,
Yeah.
right? But the problem is they can't attract those high value black men, hence why they complain about them.
Yep.
So same thing with this chick. She's complaining about the high value Asian men.
You can just take from whatever like moment you're feeling, like maybe she got a text message or she got unfollowed by a hot Asian dude that they got together or whatever, and then she dissed him, and she's just like, you know what? All good looking Asian guys are freaking evil, so let's just go for the 6 foot tall beta, tech looking white guy.
Okay, guys, that was the end of the video. So
Yeah.
that was another thing I wanted to touch upon, but I wanted to kind of wait until, they
He was
finalized our reaction. But in essence, he was talking about how she had started to date this guy and he either ghosted her or in essence turned her down. But what else do you think might have happened, honey? And then, of course, like I was just saying, her only option is this white guy. And he said 6 foot tall white guy, which is a
Most.
possibility. But in essence, he said a key word there. What
Yeah.
was that key word there?
Well, like he said, like she didn't return. She ghosted.
No, about the white guy.
Oh, the white guy.
Yeah, what did the key word that my fung brother there said?
I don't know.
Started with a B.
Oh,
Beta.
Beta.
Beta
Beta
white
guy,
guy, right?
beta,
So
yes.
what do you think about those potential things? That's why she's calling Asian men evil, but specifically these hot.
Well, if they're hot and whatever else, like you said, they've got choices, right? They're probably, most of them, if they're hot, that means they have to take care of themselves. That means they have pretty high value upon themselves. Once they discovered her, how she is, her attitude, whatever else, only maybe that's why she later on supposedly only go for beta,
Let me ask you this though, honey. Why would most women, but any woman, why would they call a man evil?
because they don't get what they want.
But okay,
know,
there's some
they're
truth in
not-
that.
they're-
But what would have had to happen for a woman to call a man
Break
evil?
the heart.
And how
Think
would they
about it.
how would they do that?
Because they don't
honey?
accept you, or they don't want to marry you, or they don't call you their,
But on a pragmatic, realistic ish situation, what happened?
because she got played by somebody else. Like,
And how did she get played? I need you to say it.
Because he chose someone else better.
No,
What?
good lord. My wife is just
What are you trying
too,
to say?
my wife is too old school. She's traditional. She's very feminine.
I'm just
My
saying.
wife is very innocent, which is obviously one of the other things that high value men in general respect and value, right? Even though sometimes it can be frustrating, is that she got pumped and dumped.
Oh.
That's the reason why she's calling these men evil, because she got fucked and left. He
Oh,
hit it
okay.
and quit it.
Oh.
That's why she's saying that they're evil. Most women ain't gonna call a man evil. She might say, "Oh, if a man dumped her, she'd probably say, and she liked him.
Yeah.
Most times she would say, "Oh, it didn't work out. We had differences." Like usually they're not too, like, if she still respected that man in his essence, right? Like if they were mutual friends and they like they were okay, but he just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't really think of you that way." They're not gonna really call them evil, right? But when it's a player, in essence, it's a man of high value
Well, that's why I
that
said he got
that
another
just used
girl.
her for
Yeah.
a side piece. No, but that had to use her. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh.
You hear modern women and feminist women saying this all the time. When they run into players, they run into scammers, right? In essence, they run into dudes that either have game, riz, or they are a high value man. And these men play the game like they're gonna commit to these women, but all they do is they just hit it and quit it.
Oh, well.
That's when they say, "Oh, these men are toxic. These men are evil. These men are freaking misogynist." Right? So in essence, she got played by a hot Asian brother. Good on to you, man. Whoever that hot Asian brother was. I mean, no
Hey.
hating the game, but that's what this Asian woman is referring to when she says evil.
Well, then you shouldn't be sleeping around. You shouldn't, if you don't got no ring on your finger, then don't be sleeping. That's that's my advice I can give to,
And then what do you
There
think
you go.
lastly about her options, right?
you should save yourself.
So what do you think about her options, right? Because in essence, all these rants, guys, all these things when people like try to shame other people, make ad hominem attacks, or obviously
Yeah.
attack them personally, it's always a reflection. In essence, it's projecting, right? So what do you think about her having only the option of, in essence, beta white guys?
Oh, because, most Asian men are looking for certain traits. And if you don't fall in that certain traits, no matter what, if they're a player or not, at the end of the day, they're going to want to introduce to their family. And if you don't have that certain traits, then you're going to be the hit it and quit it type girl. And they're going to let you, because at the end of the day, he still wants a wife, not a hoe. So.
Yeah, so guys, watch our last video where I said, Asian men have really high, strict standards, which trust me, guys, that's definitely hurting the Asian man's game. Like this high traditional standards that we expect this from all women, let alone our Asian sisters. And then the fact that we're not working on ourselves to become better, high value men, right? You can't expect that. This is the thing I need you guys to understand, that this is the current dating market. To get a traditional woman of any ethnicity, you got to become that guy. You got to become the high value man. That's the only way women are going to be submissive, or at least play their traditional role to you, right? And so what this situation is revealing is that this Asian woman is not traditional. And that's what I always want to remind you guys on these videos, is that our Asian sisters are living in the Western world. They've been indoctrinated. They've been influenced by the modern
it's very
feminists,
slim. Just
right?
say that. It's
Exactly.
very slim to find any
So
traditional women these days.
Yeah, and even in, I talked about this with the Passport Bros video we did, right, honey? Even in the traditional cultures, it's starting to permeate and creep into there. Is your chances of getting a more traditional woman higher? Yeah. Will they have more traditional traits in the old cultures? Yes. But it's starting to creep away, guys.
Yeah, but once you bring them, the media is everywhere, honey. I mean, media is everywhere. Even if you bring them over, say the U.S., they live over there, they're still going to be influenced.
But my point too,
They're
though,
still gonna be influenced.
but my point too, though, is, guys, the Passport Bros, right? Even though they might not be considered high value men in the Western world, they are still high value men in that culture, right? So just, you got to think about it. If you're a Passport Bro, that means you work well, you have a decent job, that you can actually have money that you can work overseas,
Of course.
travel overseas, buy a place, support a family overseas, right? It might not be the same amount of cash that you would need here in the Western world.
Yeah,
but
but
my
it's a
point
lot
is, you
over there.
can't be a bum.
Yeah, you're not
right?
a bum over
you
there.
can't be a bum still. So
No.
if, guys, think about it. If the Passport Bros are doing well, who is not doing well, honey? It's the men who are living in that culture. So that means the men who are living in those cultures are not high value men, right? So if you're a Western guy that's working at freaking Target and you don't have the means to go travel overseas and, buy a house and support a family, you're no different than that low value man that's back in freaking Philippines or in freaking China, right?
Yep.
You're still a low beta ass dude, right? So my point is, guys, we still have to
up your
reach,
game.
we still have to reach a certain level of value to even play the Passport Bro game.
Yeah.
Right. But I get it, right? You get better options over there. You get better results over there. So no hating on the Passport Bros game. But you guys have to remember that women are women. They're going to be the same there versus here. They just might obviously be more realistic over in the old land, right? They'll treat you more traditional in essence, that they value what you're bringing to the table, and they'll bring. But my point is, you still have to bring those values to the table for them to be traditional.
And you guys got to remember, how you treat them, women will double it back. So if you treat them well, they'll treat you well. If you treat them like a jerk, they will treat you back even 2 times fold. So remember that. If you're interested in like trying to find a wife, treat people nice.
Yeah, so I guess the value of this video, once again, guys, is be that high value guy. Then you will have the options. And unfortunately, women like this girl, right, that unfortunately is trying to shame high value Asian dudes, she's going to shame high value men in general, guys, right? She's going to look for her best option, just like you are going to look for your best option. And unfortunately, her best option is going to be some beta dude. And why it's so common for our Asian sisters to date or marry outside of our race, right? It's 60% at this point, right? We talk about this stat all the time. It's because these low value, I'm going to call them low value Asian women, right? They're not going to get shamed by these other ethnicities because, as I told you guys before, our Asian brothers have very strict traditional standards.
I just said that.
So they're not going to want this modern, feminist, low value Asian woman, guys. So guys, be aware of this. This is what we're having to deal with in this day and age. And so that way you know how to increase your value, realize what your value is, and be able to navigate this dating market.
And we're trying to put the men and women together. We're not trying to segregate you.
Yeah.
We're here for the channel to put you guys together.
I get that.
You guys have to realize, women, there are men looking for certain traits. There are women looking for certain traits. So don't try to look for modern, women are going to move forward. It's not going to be old times. Okay. It's not like your grandma where, you get introduced by the village and know everything about her. You just have to.
And that last statement my wife just said is she said women are moving forward, guys. Is
not
so
backwards.
Guys, this is the reason why this content is geared towards my Asian brothers because guys, our Asian sisters are not going to go back.
Nope.
I need you guys to realize that. If you guys are thinking that they're going to
going
revert back to
forward.
your mom, your grandma, because the thing about Asian culture is hard because unlike Western society, like whites, blacks, other ethnicities, that tradition was during like their grandmother's age. Our tradition on the other side, traditional women, we saw that with our moms. So it's very recent.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're thinking, oh, hey, we're going to find somebody like our mom. We're going to find somebody like our aunt. And guys, I'm telling you, that's not, the probability is low now, right? So guys, just realize that women are women, modern women are modern women. We're not going back. So this lesson is for my Asian brothers. We need to change. We need to get better. We need to demand our high standards when we get better, right? And then from there, choose whichever ethnicity you want to choose.
Yep. Or you're going to be living by yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So
All
better
right.
make some positive
But
change.
I want you guys to make that decision. That's the key.
Positive change, men.
All right? Talk to you guys next time.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Join us as we give you guys a glimpse into our lives, give you guys advice, hopefully give you guys entertainment value as well too, and provide you guys better outcomes.
Yes.